Right, so after a breathtaking quarterfinals, we've moved on to the fourth and the last one. For the Ramadan T10, and what a way to start. Stamping his authority. First ball 6. Daniel Archer getting away in the familiar fashion. Taking no prisoners there. Coming down the track and hitting it as clean as a whistle. Tries to go once again over extra cover. He was eyeing, but he's made his intentions clear from the word go. As Daniel Archer, one of the highest run getters in this tournament. Straight down the ground he goes, this time straight to the fielder. What an incredible night of cricket we've had. One of the tournament favourites being knocked out of the tournament. Way down, way outside that off stump. Given as a wide. Star CC, the champions of the 2022 version of the Ramadan Cup. They've run into a team in hot form, barring that last loss in their last league game. Hilty have been on a roll. Good comeback by Jumon after being belted for a 6. First ball of the innings. He's adjusted the pace nicely, keeping it back of the length. Goes after it, width provided. Thank you very much. One bounce over the rope. After a few good balls of discipline, he's offered width. And Daniel Archer, the kind of form he's in, one through the offside, the other one through onside. He's ended the over in style. After the end of first, Hilty are on a roll, 15 for 1 As we look at the two lineups here, BYDT Stars led by Jamon George. Got a considerably good lineup with Asif Abdullah, Ferouz. The man to watch out for in the middle over, Salim Shah, Nawaz Khan. It's a star-studded lineup. Hilty, on the other hand, led by Faraz Sharif. Well led, shall I say. They've got Daniel and Archer in their ranks. Nasir Khan, Muhammad Atif, Shafiq Hussain and Tony Archer. Very well matched, these two sides. Evenly matched, shall I say. As Gilles Sunny starting his first over of the quarterfinals. These two batters out there, they've batted so well in the middle. Atif facing his first delivery of the innings. Way wide. He was aiming for the parking lot on that occasion. And the ritual we so often refer to with a bowler starting a fresh over. Down leg side. And an absolute gift to start with. Just before the Eid holidays as well. In fact, we've just been told since that ball pitched outside the playing surface, it will be a no ball, so a free hit coming up. What a bonus. Atif is ready. Goes up and over. No holds bar. That is just brute strength on display. Typical T10 shot. 11 runs of the first ball. Up and over he goes, flashes and flashes hard. No intentions of keeping that one down. That's what they always say, when you flash, make sure you flash hard. Four wides, a 6 over long off. A boundary. What a start to this over. And what a power play they're having here, Hilty. Oh, good delivery. Again, a little slower in pace. It's been difficult to negotiate. Balls that are slightly slower in pace. We saw that in the first innings, first match rather. Drills again wide, down leg side. He's off his radar. Sunny seriously under the pump. Helps on its way, and the ball is rolling away. Good piece of footwork in the end by Lithin. Stops it inches from the boundary rope. Within the line of the stumps on that occasion. Pushed away, just a single. Nicely played away into the gap, just a single. Off to a rollicking start then. Hilty CC 35 in the first 2 overs. And a long over for Sunny comes to an end. Spraying the ball all around. He doesn't look to be 100% fit as well. He's limping on the ground. Wonder if it was the right call. Fielding an injured player in a crucial encounter such as this one. Daniel Archer is back on strike. A dot ball, the ball holding its shape. Irshad into his first over. Pulls away disdainfully through mid-wicket, and that's his 3rd boundary of the innings. Daniel Archer is on a roll here. There's a strong wind blowing towards the long off and long on region. Very hard to defend that boundary straight down the ground. And these are short boundaries anyways. This time through the offside. A shimmy down the track. And an excellent follow through to finish. Two consecutive boundaries for Daniel Archer, continuing in a familiar fashion. Got such a range of shots under his belt. Ability to play both sides of the wicket. Wide, well, for a moment I thought it was wide, but I think he's got a bit of bat on it, or was it leg byes? No, a bit of bat. Just a bit of tickle. And yet another boundary, make that 3 and over. As we speak, the temperature under 20 degrees. And it's likely to drop with the wind blowing at 23 kilometers per hour, which is very strong as he comes down the track. And he's gone in the direction of the wind. Excellent work there by the fielder. Running towards his right. Sprinting. Not a cloud in the sky and no signs of rain. Yet the weather is cool and pleasant. Ideal conditions for spectators to come in and witness a spectacle that's unfolding here tonight. Last ball of the power play coming up. Through the offside. Nobody moves. Stand and deliver. A bit of width on offer. And he cashes onto it in style. Finishes the power play in grand style as well. 52 for none. Our Hilty, as that brings up the 50 partnership as well. 52 of just 19 deliveries. What a start. They couldn't have hoped for a better one. Nawaz Khan, the new bowler for BYDT STAR CC. Gentle medium pace to start, a bit slower in the air. Daniel Archer playing it straight down the ground for a single. It's not aimless power, not all aimless power with this man. When he feels it's not there to be hit, he gives it respect as well. Wide on that occasion, I think just inside that white line, signalled as a legitimate delivery. And a good ball, I think, within the line of the stumps. It was moving a touch in the air. He was lucky to get a bit of bat on it, because if that ball had hit the pads, it would have been very, very close. Right, so first game of the night, the first quarterfinals, Asnad versus the Hurricanes, was termed to be a high-scoring thriller. Turned out to be quite a one-sided game in the end. Well bowled once again. He's bowling stump to stump, not providing any width to the batter. It's been a good over this by Nawaz. Just the 3 runs and 2 dot balls to go with it. It's been the pattern in this tournament, even if it's T10 cricket. After the power play, usually the first over, the field spreads out and the run scoring slows down a little. Just the 4 runs of the over, 56 for none, are Hilty at the moment. Fifth over in progress then. Lithin. And that's a very close shout. Plumb in front. Last over he got one. In that similar region, was lucky to get a bit of bat on it. This time, it was a dead duck right in front. Doesn't get any plumber than that. First wicket down then for Hilty after a flying start. They're going through a quiet period. The new batter, Shafiq Hussain, is a dangerous customer, has the ability to clear the fence with ease. ferocious striker of the cricket ball, and the stage is set for him. 56 for 1 Hilty. Got a nice platform to build on. An ideal time for somebody like him to walk out there in the middle. And first ball! He goes big. Straight back past the bowler. Couldn't have been any straighter. And I'll take that, he says, Shafiq. In no mood to take any sighters whatsoever. Oh, a good comeback. The ball shaping away. There was a bit of movement on offer. Good comeback by Lithin after being belted for a 6 down the ground. He's an experienced campaigner, is Lithin. Years and years of experience playing at that level. But he's got the exuberance of youth in Daniel Archer to deal with here tonight. Batting on 30 of just the 14 deliveries. Goes hard, but once again the experience of Lithin coming into play. There's only very little movement on offer, but that line and length is immaculate, keeping it within the range of the stumps. A bit of width on that occasion. Just a single. Right, so a good over has to be set by Lithin. Slower through the air, cramping the batter for room. Just a single. So a good period of play here for BYDT STAR CC after being pounded in the power play by Daniel Archer. They're making a comeback into this game. Up and over he goes. There is protection at the boundary, but he's overrun it. Still great adjustment. Although he had overrun it, but made that last second adjustment. Just pulling that Ball back, stretching those hands. This time leg side. It was right in his zone. Full toss. Gets the treatment. He'll hit that 9 out of 10 times. Will hit that in his sleep. Shafiq. Likes clearing that front leg of his. Likes making room. And any ball in and around that leg stump is bread and butter for him. Using his feet again, pulling it, dragging it rather towards the onside, and a bit of fumble by Lithin. Thankfully no damage done. Slower one on that occasion, just a single. Another slow delivery, another single. Wouldn't mind that. End of another over as we look at this match summary, match in progress. Hilty CC 74 for one, and led by that familiar name of Daniel Archer. So often he's come into a game and come into his own, leading from front once again, delivering for his team at the quarterfinal stage as well. Sliced on that occasion. Has he got enough? I think he has. Wasn't convincing, but a 4 nonetheless. Lithin to continue, and up and over! That's gone high! That's coming towards the com box! Into the stands! That was a huge, huge hit! Make no mistake about it! Would have been a 6 at almost any ground in the world. Slower one once again. Pick the bones out of that one. An absolute dynamite. He's not just hitting them, he's blasting them out of here. setting the cat amongst pigeons. Down the ground he goes, he's feeling for it. Almost another connection. Slow once again, he hasn't quite gotten hold of it. Couple of bounces to the fielder. Daniel Archer back on strike. He's been a bit of a spectator in the last few overs as Shafiq has taken charge. End of 7. Hilty racing along 92 for 1. The current partnership already 36 of 617. And led by that familiar household name now of Daniel Archer. It's been very, very difficult to dislodge him as we look at the bowling card. Nawaz, by far the pick of the bowlers, going for just 13 in his 2 overs. Everybody else, apart from Lithin, going at above 15 runs and over. Lithin, the only wicket taker. Ahmed Shafi, right arm medium fast, coming into ball from the Doha end. Short and slow, up and over. Make that 4 more. Hilty 4 shy of their 100 in 7.1 overs. And they're going at 13.40 to the over. Unbelievable show here tonight. They're running away with it. And a similar delivery, gets the same treatment. Down leg side, and all he had to do was help it on its way. Far too easy as it brings up the 100 for Hilty Cricket Club. They are 100 for 1 in 7.2 overs. And what does he do next? A similar ball, and this time he's lap swept it for a maximum. He's not learning his lessons, is Shafi. And there is so little margin for error when you're bowling to this man, Daniel Archer. Almost a no-look stroke there. He's so strong in that area, taking the tournament sixes tally to 627. Down the track this time, he goes offside. He's got such a range of shots. How do you stop him? All across the carpet. He's just picking his spots, and it's far too easy for him. Brings up his half century. He can raise his bat. Delivering in the finals, in the quarterfinals, I beg your pardon. And he'll remember that for a long time, Danny Archer. He goes leg side. There is fielder out there, very similar to how Simon Yu plays that shot. Down on one knee. Has that natural ability. A lot of left-handers do have the natural ability to hit the ball fine through square leg. Something that comes naturally to the left-handed batters. And Daniel Archer is no different. A bit of moment for respite after those first 4 boundaries. Wide and spanked to the fielder at the sweeper position. Just the single to finish. The quarterfinal competition, Hilty versus BYDT QCA Ramadan Cup 2025, brought to you by QCA. Hilty batting first, and they are marching along nicely. 112 for 1, close to that par score. And it's thanks to those two players out there, Daniel and Shafiq, carrying their team forward. Not much to smile about for BYDT Stars. Lithin, the sole wicket taker. And the rest of the bowling has been taken to the cleaners for sure. Wide, slower, in the gap. 4 more. No mercy, no limits. Just pure domination by Hilty Cricket Club here tonight. Nearing that par score of 120. Up he goes. He hasn't timed it. There's a fielder coming underneath and taken. As clean as a whistle in the end. Kept his cool, kept his nerves, and made sure he buckets it without any drama. What a knock though by the man in your picture, Shafiq. An absolute blinder. Provided the much needed momentum and impetus to this innings. He's having to walk back now as we see Tony Archer making his way out in the middle. First ball inside edge, and he's got the right man back on strike as Tony. but brothers in arms out there in the middle. Tony and Daniel Archer. And they've got exactly 9 balls to finish this innings. Straight down the ground he goes, flat as you like. Hits the side screen on the follow. What a sight that is. Daniel Archer in full flow is an absolute spectacle to watch. Marvelous, absolutely marvelous. The fans out here have been treated to something special. This time he was eyeing that onside. A bit slower. Irshad this over has picked up a wicket and has gone for 11 so far under the circumstances. Not a bad over, has to be said. Slower one on that occasion, and he's got a good piece of it. It was turning out to be a decent over, spoiled by that shot. He's got the license to kill now, go after everything. .65 is batting on of just 26 deliveries. We've been treated to a phenomenal knock here tonight by Daniel Archer, just delivering the goods when his team needed him. Big game, big stage. And he's come good just to the right time. Anything above 130 mark and Hilty would feel it's a bonus. Sonny coming into ball his second over. He struggled in his first one, particularly with the lines. Once again starting off with a wide. As we look at the field, they've got a sweeper on the offside. 2 men straight in front of the wicket, long on, long off, deep mid wicket, and a square leg, deep square leg in place. Right, what are his options here? Shuffles across. And not a bad result for Hilty as Daniel Archer is back on strike. As we wait in anticipation, he's eyeing that onside area. He wants that big heave, that big slog through the onside. Yeah, that's where he goes. He hasn't quite gotten hold of it. Has to be a good catch. Yes, keeping his eyes on the ball till the very last second. And that could be the difference between Hilty getting to 150 and remaining just under it. What a knock though, what an absolutely fantastic knock by the young lad on a big stage. He's still very young, is Daniel Archer. He's played an innings of a lifetime Something he would cherish down the years. Sundan Chamara with Hinge, the all-rounder, to finish off this innings. Finally some respite for Stars. It has been absolute carnage up until this point. And he tries to go onside, outside edge. Up and over the third man. And they say when it rains, it pours. It's ended up as half a dozen as well. Here's a short boundary, not the most convincing of shots. But such is the nature of T10 cricket. It doesn't matter how they come. Sunny off the mark with a 6. He's got 3 more deliveries to go with 150 in sight, within touching distance. Walks across once again, right in the slot. And the maximum, the result, make that 2 in a row. Fielders are just spectators today. Poor piece of bowling, has to be said. He made his intentions clear, telegraphic, walking across the line, did it quite early as well. Yet he fed him short and into the body. Bread and butter. Thank you very much, he says. What does he do next? Does he learn from his mistake, Sunny? He's going onside again, I bet. Shuffles again. And this time a bit wider of the off stump. That's where he should have been earlier as well. He would be very, very disappointed with himself, Sunny. Bowling the wrong line. But he's picked up that wicket on the second last ball of this over. His brief but effective stay at the crease comes to an end, Sunny. 2 sixes. Just what the doctor ordered at this stage. Uzair walking out in the middle. He can hit the long ball. And I'm sure he'll be looking to finish with the maximum. Hoping to get to that score of 149, setting 150 for victory. He's within touching distance. Slower one, and he's probably lucky to get away with that. A run out as well. Miscommunication, hesitation, and now devastation. He's walking back, Tony Archer, but the end of a very, very effective innings by Hilty. And that bowling card at the moment presents a picture of destruction. Almost every bowler going over the economy rate of 15. Nawaz there, the odd one out. Right, so 142 for victory. As we take an innings break, we'll see you in about 10 minutes time from now. Don't go anywhere, because Star CC will be back with the chase, and they've got some good firepower in their lineup as well. Right, they're back with a reply. Our star CC. First ball or dot ball. Shafiq, it's that man again in your picture. He batted so well earlier. He's got the ball in his hand. Such a utility cricketer. One of the find of this tournament. Oh, that ball swinging like a pendulum. Wide signalled. Up and over he goes. This is an opportunity. He's overrun it. Wouldn't really matter. I think it's gone over that fence. Gone with the wind. 6 signal by the umpire. Wasn't quite middled. But there is this strong wind blowing across the ground. Carrying that ball over comfortably in the end. Across the line. He wanted to go in the same area again. Missed it completely. Shafiq, he's conceded a 6 in this over, but he's otherwise been disciplined. Full toss, dipping down, no ball, signaled by the umpire. Not quite happy with that decision. Because he's probably saying that the ball was dipping down below waist height. The two umpires coming together, they're two very experienced umpires having a consultation, and they both consent. Signal as a no ball in the end. I think what Shafiq is saying there is that the ball was dipping. But the umpire's decision obviously is final. And he gives it a kitchen sink. Wide outside the off stump. An opportunity to free his arms. Ferouz. And it's another boundary for Star CC. They're off and running. Just the kind of start they were hoping for. In pursuit of a stiff target. 13 already on the board. They've got some dangerous batters in this side. Have the Stars. And a great delivery, an absolute jaffa. One of the few bowlers in this tournament who've been able to extract that kind of bounce of the surface. That ball venomously jumping off the pitch and beating everyone, including the keeper in the end. A heave across the line, slightly wide of the off stump. That delivery met with thin air at end of the first over. A good start by the Stars. 14 for none, requiring 130 more for victory. And they've got 9 overs at their disposal. We'll be looking to make the full use of this power play tonight, as Nasir has been handed over the ball. Right arm tall fast bowler from Pakistan. Has the ability to bowl those Syrian Yorkers, and he can bowl fast on his day. Starts off with a bit of swing, but there's width on offer, and he's cast into it. Up and over extra cover. A bit of a loosener to start with. And this is an excellent start by Star CC. No room for looseners in this game. Could they not do it before the innings start? Up in the air on this occasion. This is an opportunity. A stiff on the field, running back, and it was a tough chance. Never easy when you're running back. So a good effort has to be said by, I think, Tony Archer it was. But an opportunity missed. Width on offer. Close call. Very close to that wide line. Was it just inside it? You never know. But he's getting a bit of shape there. He's got a bit of outswing going, so 2 fielders now. Another wide. 2 fielders outside that 30-yard circle on the offside. Danny Archer at deep cover. And another fielder at deep backward point. The message is clear. He's going to bowl slightly wide of the off stump. Good piece of batting. No ball signalled. I think Salim there read the intentions of the bowler, the plan. Walking across the stumps. Covering the stumps, in fact. And going beyond. And eyeing that onside region because he knows there's nobody there. A no ball though, a freebie. 3 extras in this over already. So again covering the stumps, and short it is, up and over it goes. And a good piece of effort, excellent effort indeed by the fielder. It's not easy. Once the ball goes past the 30-yard circle on this outfield. But the fielder there kept his nerves, kept his cool. And an effective piece of footwork as well in the end. 2 important runs saved. So important. Every run is important. Covering the stumps once again. Another wide. He's dishing out extras like it's a Friday night sale in Qatar Mall. Four extras already in this over. Up and over, another no ball as well. And the ball's running away. Just stops short of the boundary. But Nasir here is absolutely struggling. Second no ball of the over. No ball coming up, and this time meets thin air with that slog. Salim. It's been an 8-ball over already. Might as well be a record in terms of the number of balls this over. In the slot, hits it hard, belted, straight to the fielder. They run through for a single in the meantime. Cracking sound of the bat. Just what the doctor ordered for Star CC. They're keeping up with that required run rate, 29 for none, with the last ball of the second over coming up. Covers the stumps, gives it everything he has. No timing. So end of a grind for Nasser. 16 of his first over, as this partnership is already 30 of 15 balls. The big quarterfinals, the fourth and the last quarterfinals of this Ramadan T10 Cup 2025, hosted by Qatar Cricket Association. The three teams to have qualified to the semi-finals are Phantom, Fireox and Al Asnad. Waiting for the fourth one here tonight to join them tomorrow, right here at this ground. The new bowler in, Tony Archer, and you could see what a wide signal, shy of the stumps. You could see what Salim is trying to do there. He's covering his stumps, trying to make sure that ball is within his hitting range. Tell you what, he's living with danger, living dangerously, considering the fact that if that ball hits his pads on the full in front of the stumps, he might as well be adjudicated as LBW. But that's the name of the game. He's trying to be proactive, not just sitting there waiting for things to happen. Up and over he goes, an opportunity and a valiant effort by that man running over from mid-off. Almost pulling off a blinder. As it turns out, he lives to survive another day, does the batsman. Salim, a large tally of extras already adding up to this total. He's trying to use his angle, and as we speak about extras, yet another one. They've been off their radar tonight. The Hilty bowlers. And he's reading into their plans well, is Salim. Bowling wide at the crease, trying to use that angle as we speak. Yet another wide. If we got a penny for each time a wide was bowled tonight, we might as well be billionaires. And that is particularly exclusive for this second innings. Yeah, he's looking for that shot, waiting for it. There is no one at that deep square leg boundary. This outfield is faster than a Ferrari on the highway. Slower one, and this time struck straight to that man at deep mid-wicket, Danny Archer. .39 for none in 2.3. This is an excellent start to this innings by the Stars. Wide of the crease, and once again not quite getting the timing. Just another single, moving the total to 40 for no loss. Lots of runs have come courtesy extras, wides and no balls in this inning so far. Slower one, well disguised. A dot ball. The quietest of moments sometimes make the loudest of sounds, particularly in this format of the game. Another slow delivery, a big appeal, is probably going down with the angle. Is probably wide outside the crease, a touch high as well perhaps. Probably going to miss the stumps anyways. Very hard to get an LBW shout going in your favor if you're bowling around the stumps as a right-hander to a right-handed batsman. Every chance of that ball pitching outside the leg stump, and once that happens, it's null and void. LBW goes right out of contention. Right, the end of the power play. This is a key stage to this innings. Usually we see teams slowing down. There's no room for that for the Stars tonight. They're on an uphill battle here. Uzair. He's got an action like Sunil Narayan's, hiding the ball behind the back. And the idea is to bluff the batsman and keep him guessing whether he's bowling the traditional off spin, quicker ones, seam up, maybe a leg spinner as well. somewhere around the corner. That's the idea. The batsman moving towards offside, so slightly harsh, that call. He's got a packed offside field and the batsman once again shuffling towards that line of ball which is outside the off stump. 3 fielders square of the wicket on the offside. Short third man, deep backward point and point, followed by a deep cover fielder as well. 6 fielders on the offside in total. Just the 3 on the on. He goes straight though, straight as an arrow. And it goes for half a dozen. When he hits, they stay hits. Ferus. And again another wide. They've been wayward, absolutely wayward with their line. A bit slower, and has he gotten through him? For a moment I thought it had taken the stumps, looking for the second. It's all happening here. Again looking to go back. Seemed like a very close shout, that one. It was bowled much slower, and I thought it was dipping down. Probably just hitting him outside that off stump. Another slower in pace delivery, trying to sweep. Another run out opportunity. It's all happening. A bit of drama out there in the middle. Slower this time. He waits on it, waits and deposits it right into the stands for the second 6 of this over. Finishes the over in style after 4. 58 for none. Our Stars, and we've got a game on here tonight. Well, now then, 36 balls, 86 to get. Might seem like an uphill battle, but it's very possible in this format of the game. They've got all 10 wickets in the tank. They've got the license to go. And Hilty have been found wanting with their lines in particular. Bowling wides, and these 2 batters out there, they've been proactive, not scared to cover the line of the stumps. Giving very few margins to the bowlers to work with. Well, this is a critical stage of the innings. Daniel Archer comes into the attack and starts in a familiar fashion. Has that ability to continuously bowl that length over and over again. Daniel Archer won't be easy to hit away. And inside edge, it was on the cards. A good old French cut. Unlucky there, Danny Archer. Very close stanced is the batsman there. And that's not how coaches will tell you to play Yorker length balls. The way he's playing, there seems to be a wicket on the cards here as the tournament fours move on to 715. Slightly open this time, but it gets close once again. Along the carpet. Daniel Archer would feel here's a candidate for a bowled or an LBW with that kind of a close stance. Looking for that helicopter, gone straight down the ground. He'll keep bowling there all night long. Do they have something different up their sleeves? The Stars. Can they come up with an unorthodox scoop, perhaps? Or use their feet? A full toss! And he's helicoptered it through mid-wicket. The first real opportunity given in this over. And thank you very much, says Salim. Low full toss once again, so just the 1/6 of the over and 5 singles. And he would feel as if he has done the job there for his captain, Daniel Archer. $71 for none. Stars at the end of 5. Required run rate sitting at 14.5 almost. Sandan Chamara with Henge. With his leg spin is into the attack and he follows on from his predecessors. Starting off with a wide. The struggle to control the line of the ball continues. And it's real. Cut away, and what an effort. Diving full stretch. Diving forward and almost grabbing a stunner. Sandhu, he likes bowling flat and usually within the line of the stumps. It's something he'd be hoping to avoid tonight. Off the back foot, another dot ball. This is a good little period now for Hilty, putting the brakes on the scoring. Wide of the crease, and has he got him there? Waiting for the umpire's decision. He's been given a sigh of relief here. Just when it was tough. Quicker, flatter, slightly outside the off stump. Inviting the batsman to come down the track, and he's picked up a prize scalp. Fairuz walking back to the hut for 26. Played well, just the 14 deliveries. But this game with that wicket is certainly tilting into Hilty's favour once again. Right, there's a new batsman in there now, Irshad. A wicket has just fallen. Hasn't got much time to get his eye in. Another dot ball. Make that 4 in this over. It's turning out to be game changing this over. Wide, but it's well within that line. Lets that one go. We might as well see a rare occurrence in this format of the game. This might as well turn out to be a maiden. 1 ball to go. And thankfully for Star CC's sake, they were able to get a single of the last ball. But what an over. A wicket. And I beg your pardon, I think there was a wide earlier in this over, so that was the second run scored of the over. As Stars require 70 in the last 4. Right, so it's Danny Archer once again. What have the batters learned from his last over? He's got this uncanny ability to bowl full and straight, right up in the block hole. If the batters stay where they are, do what they're doing, it's not going to be enough, but using his feet, hasn't really got the distance. Coming off the toe end of the bat, straight down the fielder's throat. And thank you very much, says Salim. Positioned for just that kind of shot at long on. A wicket followed by another. So after an excellent start, Stars are losing their way. 74 for 2 in 6.1. So difficult for a new batsman coming in. He's batting slightly outside the crease. Asif. Daniel Archer continues with that immaculate line and length. At one stage, it looked like the Stars would run away with the show, with Fairuz and Salim going all guns blazing, but since the introduction of this man, Daniel Archer, they've made a roaring comeback into this game. What a man to have in your side. He can bowl, he can bat. He's an absolute asset in the field. Has been an absolute superstar in this Ramadan T10 Cup 2025. One of the finds of the tournament. Through offside he goes. There is protection. Sweeper coming across, a bit of a fumble, allowing the batsman to come back for the second. once again, you see, executing that Yorker at will. End of 7. 67 now required of the last 3 overs. Right, so the 2 bowlers. Oh, there's a bit of a mix-up out in the middle. This should be a simple opportunity. Well, well, well. He was running like he had a flight to catch, but forgot his passport, it seems. What was he doing there? Miscommunication, hesitation, and now devastation. He's walking back in disbelief. The Star 77 for 2. We were talking about these 2 bowlers bringing Hilty back into this game. They've done a tremendous job for their captain. He hasn't quite gotten hold of it. This should be a... Oh, well. He had to run in. Made all the effort, but just misjudged it in the end. It's never easy when you're running into the lights as well. Full marks for the effort. Faster delivery. Going down on one knee, the batsman. Wide signalled. And once again beaten in a similar fashion. He's bowled majestically well here tonight, Sundon. Pulling back things for his side. Just when it was becoming a bit difficult, this time he's got a good piece of it. In the slot, in his zone. And he gave that a good Monty. Is it too little too late though? Only 2 overs to go. The current run rate, and the required run rate rather, is at 27 almost. Foolish. Just another single. They'd be more than happy with those at this stage. The Stars. End of over number 8, 87 for 3. Seems like a mere formality now. "56 runs required in the last 11 deliveries. And it seems Hurricane will go and book their spot in the semi-finals. As we see another boundary. Up in the air and just a single. Single at the cow corner. It's been such a professional performance here. Oh, Danny Archer can't keep this man away from the game. Almost a direct hit. Oh, cracking shot. Width on offer. He goes after it. Up and over point. No intentions of keeping that down at any stage as the 100 comes up. 4 Stars. It might just be in consolation, but always a treat to watch that kind of shot. Any format of the game. Up and over an opportunity and a good effort. He's lobbed it over for a 6. Just tipped over the bar. Disappointed with that effort for us. In this game. He's fast and he's furious, short, whizzing past the batsman's ears. Another dot ball. The 2 quarterfinals played today. Asnad facing Hurricanes in the first game. Asnad clinching their spot in the semi-finals, winning that game by 10 runs, or 10 wickets, I beg your pardon. A telling victory in the quarterfinals, and as we speak, the second game is a wrap here. Hilty CC coming up with what was expected. They went into this game as favourites, and they've totally lived up to the expectations. Cruising to victory, scoring big, batting first in the first innings, thanks courtesy to Danny Archer and Shafiq. And when they came out, they were a bit wayward to start with, but just in the mid overs, it was that man once again, Danny Archer, and the spinners who put the brakes on the scoring. As it turns out, they've comfortably won this game and they march into the semi-finals, become the 4th and the last team to do so. We have cracking lineups coming up for you tomorrow. As the last 4 battle it out for glory. Good evening, everyone. It's the presentation time. The second quarterfinals of the night. It was Hilty up against Star CC. Hilty dominating the proceedings thanks to a mighty 65 of just 27 deliveries by Danny Archer, taking the game away, and he was there once again with the ball, making sure he bowls that right line and length, putting the brakes on the scoring. And we've got him right here. Danny, would you like to come up and have a word? Danny, excellent knock. We just can't get tired of watching you bat. What's the secret behind it all?
Oh, nothing. No secret. This is my sixth game, seventh game. Same idea, same thing, everything same. So thanks my team and my brother also. He's very support me. So that's it.
And Danny, how do you keep such a calm head? You still seem pretty young, but you're quite mature for your age.
I don't know. That is my nothing. So thanks. That is.
Danny, we've thoroughly enjoyed watching you bat, and we hope to see more of you in the semi-finals. Everyone's looking forward to it. All the very best. Congratulations. The player of the match, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Archer.
Just 1 minute. Thank you. It's okay, thank you. Sorry.
Thanks so much.
Right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Archer, the player of the match, the man of the moment, the guy who stole the show here tonight with his blistering hitting. As we speak, the two quarterfinals tonight are over with Asnath winning the first game by a convincing margin of 10 wickets. The second one going in the bag of Hilty. Thanks again to Danny Archer and Shafiq in the middle as well. They stitched together a good partnership, Danny and Shafiq. So the semi-final lineups are ready for tomorrow. We've got some excellent games coming up your way in this T10 Ramadan Cup 2025. So please do join us again tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank you very much to the sponsors as well.